Welcome to Gear Talk. I'm Chip.
And I'm Chris.
This is Annie.
And I'm Brooke.
And we're back.
Back.
Better than ever.
Yeah, and in this bonus episode, we're going to be talking about gear considerations for Ödyssey Swimrun's Orcas Island that's coming up real quick. And I must confession, this might come as a surprise to some of our listeners, but I'm super stoked.
Super stoked.
Are you speaking for me in this as well?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, I believe you may.
Because I've been wanting to do this race for 3 years. It's finally happening. I feel like I'm going to Disney. I know it's going to be super hard and stuff, and I'm going to probably hate it during. But despite that, I am very excited for this race.
And for the first time, we get to meet the Swimrun Labs IRL in real life, as the kids are saying.
Yeah, as a team. Yeah, as a team. We met Annie
and race together. Oh my
Heck
gosh,
yeah.
there's so much excitement.
Oh man, I'm just going to go out there and say that I am super stoked too.
We're all
Do I
stoked.
speak for you?
You can totally speak for me.
Yeah.
Chris, what did you tell your daughter super stoked was again?
Well, I was trying to transition to saying amped more.
Amped,
I'm
yeah.
super amped. But I guess I don't drink enough like Monster Energy or something.
Yeah,
Well, I
and
am
an
amped.
electrician.
For this race.
Sweet.
So after we did this episode for Casco Bay, we got a lot of great feedback on how helpful it was, kind of solve some people's questions. We have Annie and Brooke from the Swimrun Labs as usual, and they've
done the race.
residents
They're residents
of Washington State, and then more specifically, they've done the race multiple times, as Chris mentioned. So we're excited to pick their brain and personally to help me decide what I'm going to wear.
Yeah, I'm really excited to hear what your questions are because you're probably going to help me realize the things I haven't thought about.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Totally.
Okay.
Well, we're
Just
happy
because we
to
don't
help.
think about them as Pacific Northwesterners.
We're happy to use our ignorance to your
To guide
you.
To guide our
but before
intelligence.
That,
Game on.
Does anybody have any gear updates? Chipper?
Me.
Chipper?
Does it rhyme with pig?
It does. So
Yeah.
Chris and I went out for a swim run practice on Saturday, like our normal swim run Saturdays, and I found the box where the VIG was hiding. I took the tags off and I put it in my bag ready to go, and I wore it on Saturday. But I thought, you know what, if I'm going to wear the VIG and do this whole thing,
Do the full Chris Douglas
I
experience.
need to go the full Chris Douglas, so I went
Oh,
Sunday
yeah.
style on it.
Yeah.
So and no arm warmers, just the VIG
Minimalist.
and the clothes I came into this world on. And I got to say, I was pretty impressed. I see why Chris loves it so much. I as soon as I got in the water the first time with it, I was like, okay, what if this worked for Casco Bay? It would have been really on the run. The VIG is like
the best.
Yeah, unmatched. So if you are a person who feels like you're running really hot on the run and you can deal with cold water or cold a little bit better, this might be the perfect suit for you. For example, I usually have to do runs with the Corp, Orno X, Synergy suit, whatever. Anytime we get out of the water, I'm immediately unzipping because I have to get heat out that quick. With the VIG, I didn't even have to zip down. I just was running all over, took my cap off, or I didn't even take my cap off. I just would unzip, put my paddles in, and go run along.
This mental image of you running all over is awesome.
Running all over San Francisco.
Like, are you following a trail or
Or just
Like it's
curly
like in with
cues.
his
running
head
in
cut off.
Running through
circles?
San Francisco with all this stuff going
Now,
on.
I have a question, Chipper.
Yes.
Do you think, your Casco statement, do you think your perspective would have been different if you would have done what I did, which was essentially wear the VIG for a couple months in
Yes.
cold water?
I think if I acclimate myself a little bit to that, probably would have been helpful. The water was admittedly quote unquote warm for what we're used to get in an aquatic park. I would probably say it was in the low 60s,
yeah,
maybe
63.
Yeah, it was pretty
64.
nice. Even with no sleeves, and I usually wear arm sleeves, so I was feeling plenty fine in that. But yeah, I definitely would be training in it more to get used to cold water.
So is it your suit of choice now?
I don't know. Chris and I, we made an impulse purchase. We both ordered the Arc Uto.
Oh my gosh, you guys.
Yeah, I know.
Because
Problem.
one, we
You
can't
should have
help
like
ourselves.
a punch card or something.
Really should.
Buy 10 wetsuits.
Like
get
we're
the
going to
11.
get a free Swedish sandwich.
You should be on
Yeah.
your free one just about
One
now.
free fika from Arc team.
I think our free one was the Orno X.
Yeah, I think we
Yeah.
got that one.
Yeah. We got your free one too.
So we
Has it
ordered
arrived?
It
Nope.
has not arrived. So
Oh my gosh.
I'm hedging that it will get here before Orcas, and I am leaning that might be the suit because the running. Again, I thought the Orno has the running plus, and the Vig has the plus.
Don't get ahead of yourself because we're going to have this whole conversation
Okay,
in
I
a
won't.
little bit.
I was just saying,
That's a little foreshadowing.
I didn't
but
think
sure.
the plus was going to be that. I didn't think it was worthy of the second plus.
Yeah.
It turns out it is.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
boy.
Anyway,
I mean, this is anything I haven't been saying.
I know
for-
Chris has been saying this, but I don't think I'm going to be vigging it up too much here.
Okay.
So the drinking, if you're following along on the shots, it might be limited from mine. Anyway, that was my
Good for
update.
Tuesday night.
Oh, one more thing. Inspired by Annie's Torrent 2, I wore my Torrent 2s on the swim run as well. And they were a little, I guess I was kind of feeling what you were saying, Annie, because they were a little squishy getting out and they just were a little bit soggy.
Yeah, as your
I guess.
partner, I could hear it. It was like the quick, quick, quick.
Oh dear.
Mm.
Yeah. And I'm like, because I thought, well, anyway, I don't want to get ahead of myself with my thought process for my gear consideration.
Annie, did you drill the holes in yours?
Not yet.
Are you planning on it?
I feel so unconvinced at the precision of their fit that I almost don't even want to waste my drilling minutes. But
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
probably should.
Yeah.
I will at some point. It's not high on the urgency list.
Yeah. Makes sense.
I have a gear update.
Let's hear it.
It rhymes with free fallen.
What?
Free ball?
What?
Yes.
Wait.
Tip.
You rhymed free with free?
Yeah, I was mainly going
Oh,
for the second
Brooke.
word.
Knee fallen is what she meant to say. Knee fallen.
I was inspired by Annie's inspiration by Chris's Sunday running that I also tried it in the court. Wait, no, my Orno.
I tried it in the corp.
No, I did try it in the corp. In the flesh and in the corp. And loved it. Like, yeah, no issues. It was great.
No issues.
Plan
So in the
doing it for
last 2 weeks, everyone on Gear Talk except for Chris has tried the thing that rhymes with free fallen, and we are all into it.
Yeah.
That's epic.
Yeah.
I feel like I need to start like a.
I don't know
cult
why
now or
it took us
something.
so
Is this a
long.
new Strava
Chris?
club that's going to pop up?
Hey.
I just want to tell our listeners that the race is on Sunday. So
That's true.
you have a choice to make.
Yeah. Well, there you
I'll
go.
think about that now.
Do we have any untethered thoughts, Chipper?
I thought Brooke was taking this one. I was the fallback.
Oh, you're the
Oh,
fallback.
you're the fallback.
Okay.
Oh, you're the fallback if this one, this one's total shit.
If it gets
Okay.
too untethered.
It could be total shit. I don't know. So
I
my
don't think mine's
untethered
that great.
thought, and I'm taking untethered thoughts as like I haven't quite figured this out yet. Is that right?
Yeah, aha
Definitely.
moment.
Yeah, a little aha moment. Okay. So my husband Rob and my race partner Annie swim with earplugs. And I do not. And I never have. And I never wanted to. And I just deal with the sloshing. Kind of don't mind it. Let my ears fill up with water on the first swim. And then I'm just like a little bit mute. Everything's muted from then on out. And it's totally fine by me. And we were in San Diego this past week doing some ocean swims. And I was noticing I was starting to get a little bit of an earache. And you can get this thing called autosclerosis where you get like bony formations in your ear because of too much cold water in the ear.
Yeah,
And I was like,
surfer's ear.
Yes. And I
Oh.
was like, oh shit, maybe I have autosclerosis or surfer's ear. And I started freaking out. And so I borrowed my husband's earplugs. And it was kind of a game changer. It was amazing. Like,
I
was
love
like,
how everyone's coming around to my position.
I'm not wearing earplugs.
like, we're just all slowly evolving to Chris.
It's like I'm always right when people don't listen to me. Basically.
Yeah. Anyways, so it's a game changer for swimming for sure. What my untethered part of this thought is, I'm not sure if I want to introduce it in swim run yet, because it's just another element to worry about in transition.
Well,
True.
can I actually tether your thought?
Oh,
I'm going to take your untethered
Tied up
thought.
in
and I'm
a
gonna
rope.
tether
I
it.
hear you, Chris. I think I know what you're about to do, and it's
Because
genius.
I had the same problem, and I spent all this time doing R&D and finally settled on a pair of earplugs that block out water but don't block out sound. So I essentially put them on at the beginning of the race and leave them in until the last run to the finish line.
where you
And
finally
they
can hear
don't
me.
and they
Zero
don't
problems.
ache. So my thing with earplugs, I have like maybe abnormally small ears, like in small feet. I don't know. There's parts of my body that are just like abnormally small to the rest of my body, and so I can't sleep with earplugs in because my ears really ache by the morning time.
Yeah,
like they're
so-
too big. Do
so
you get that effect?
Well, no, because the good ones, and the one I would always recommend is called Surf Ears. It costs like $50. You can get them on Amazon, but it has all interchangeable parts, so you can change the thickness of the piece that goes into your ear.
Like a good pair of headphones.
And the same thing, there's like an outer little arm to keep them placed so they don't like fall out or whatever. They also have a lanyard, so you basically put them around your neck, so it's impossible.
Just
So
for
it's good because you don't want to lose like
I don't want to
$50
lose
worth of earplugs.
Yeah, jeez.
$50.
But yeah, they're pretty comfortable to wear. Takes some getting used to, like anything. But for me, because I have to swim with earplugs, yeah, the thought of taking them out, putting back in, I do that in practice, and ostensibly I would always lose one, at some point, right?
Yeah. It's just
And
messy.
Chipper not being able, or me not being able to hear Chipper, which, I feel like I hear him enough, so it's fine.
Could be seen as a blessing.
but but in swim run, we got to make decisions. We have to be able to communicate, and if he isn't like right next to me, then I can't hear him. So the Surf Ears earplugs solve that problem for me, like 100%.
Link in the
Do
show
you
notes.
think they will deliver in a week and a half?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
I will just chime in that another way to tether your untethered thought would simply be to tether your earplugs like I do. I don't have fancy ones. I have like $2.95. Like,
yeah, I know
Christmas
you
tree
have
shaped.
the same as Rob's. Yeah, those are the ones that I tried. But you always have to take them in and out.
Yeah, but I
That
have
was
them
my
on.
concern.
I have them on the lanyard, which is on my goggles, and so
It's less about like
Oh,
losing
interesting.
them.
Oh.
It's more like an extra step in transition. Like
I'll
like
tell you
to
when
try
I
to
do
break
it.
transitions.
I do it way before because it's like you can run with earplugs in very easily. So when I know a transition's coming up, I like zip up my wetsuit and put my earplugs in so that
So what you're saying
they're
is
done.
like all those like intense conversations we've had during races where I'm like
right before we get in the water.
yeah, right before we get in the water, you just haven't heard those thoughts of mine.
No, I think I have. Well, I guess maybe I haven't.
Oh,
Oh gosh, Brooke. Well,
So
we'll
many
have to catch
You
important
up.
just have to
thoughts.
do all the races again.
Maybe
Yeah.
that would explain why I'm always yelling at you in the last minute before a transition. What?
That is funny. Yeah. So for me, it's like the idea of not taking them in and out is, I don't know. I just like having to do as little as possible for transitions.
That's how
It's
I am
probably one of
too.
the reasons why I love the VIG, because you don't have to cap down necessarily. You don't have to do anything. You can just,
Go.
you can just leave it and be fine. That's definitely one of the things that I like about it. But yeah, I think if water in your ears is a problem for you or getting disoriented, like I was suggesting, we can talk about it later, but whether Chipper should wear earplugs just for that first swim in Casco Bay because it's going to be so freaking cold. And then just, discard them and go back to his normal self. Because I know when I've swam in cold water, like shockingly cold water without earplugs, like I'd get super disoriented.
Yeah,
And I don't like that.
the vestibular nerve.
Yeah.
Anyways.
That's a good untethered thought.
Yeah. Okay, good. I'm glad that was appropriate. We don't have to do Chip's backup.
Oh man,
No.
and now I kind of want some surf ears. Dang it.
Let's do it. Let's be
I mean,
surfers
I
together.
really like them. I really like them. So,
I mean, they look cool.
and I haven't
Chris.
lost them. I've had them for almost a year. So if that's any
Yeah.
indicate, at least I thought I would have totally lost them by now.
Yeah, I mean, earplugs seem like they're just
Yeah.
vanishing.
Like
What's
earplugs
your
and expensive
untethered
sunglasses.
thought, Chipper?
Well, mine was quick. We had Brad Stolberg on a couple episodes ago, or last episode, or 2 episodes ago, whatever it was now. But we got a lot of good feedback about that and everything. And I've been thinking, and I use Peloton a lot. And these coaches, they come off a little rah at first, and then okay, and you use the same ones over and over. And then I started, you actually start listening to them because they do know what they're talking about for a lot of it. And one of them said something that I thought was just great, that I think we all sort of take for granted, is that practice is for making mistakes, which I personally, I always try to, I have like a perfection situation. So I try to always try to get to close to perfect as I can. And sometimes even in practice, I get really frustrated when it doesn't turn out to be how I wanted. And then they reminded me on treadmill, and they're like, practice is for making all your mistakes. And I was like, you know what? What a great little thought to pass along in the Untethered Thought section.
That's not an untethered thought. That's like a deep thought by Chipper and Nicodemus.
Oh,
That's a new segment.
yeah.
Deep thoughts?
I think
Deep
we're calling it
thoughts.
Chipper's Corner.
Wow.
Chipper chimes in.
Chipper's
Chipper
counseling
chimes
corner.
in. I
Okay.
see a T-shirt there.
Yeah.
Tie-dyed.
All right, okay.
That's my thought.
Let's
That's
talk
great.
about
That's my
Orcas
chime in.
Island.
Let's
do
talk
it.
about Orcas
Let's
Island.
do it.
So we're obviously super lucky to have you two because you've done the race. You're from Washington.
You live
Annie,
there.
your husband, is basically the co-race director of this thing and designed the whole course. So I
Oh,
think we
he
have some
loves it.
insider information.
It's like another baby that our family birthed.
Nice.
So
Nice.
should we start off with like what does the temperature situation look like for the weekend, and then that can kind of dictate, that'll orient everybody
Yeah,
in
and
terms of our decision.
And I would love to hear what you guys are going to do because that's probably going to change my decision live on the air here.
Oh, I love it
Depending
when we
what
can
you
do
say.
that.
Well,
Okay,
maybe
what is
not
the
because we don't
forecast?
have like the whole ARC lineup of wetsuits to choose from.
Yeah,
Have you guys
Pretty
checked
much
out the
have 'em all.
forecast?
Chipper's going to have them all. Does he have the Morno too?
Looks like it's going to be in the low 60s.
That's what I saw. No rain forecasted.
Yeah.
That's unusual.
I only have, no rain is unusual.
low
So-
60s.
Yeah, or high of 63, low of 53 is what I saw somewhere for that Sunday. But it's so still pretty far off. 10 days off from
Yeah.
recording. So.
Yeah. I will say there's an element in the temperature where like your forecasted weather is probably going to be taken from sea level, and the elevation is pretty significant in how it impacts the temp.
Mm.
Both the water temp of the lakes as you get higher gets colder, and then also the temperature in general, especially if it's not sunny, which it tends not to be
Yeah.
at this time of year. So I
So
would
you're-
say plan on a little chillier than you might expect.
So like 50s.
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, low 53, high 67, but it's a morning start, and then looks like
Yeah.
partly sunny, partly cloudy as of now. Humidity 71%.
Lovely.
And wind 5 miles per hour blowing from the northwest.
Just as I predicted. So we have a few different bodies of water that we're swimming in: Cascade Bay, Cascade Lake, and Mountain Lake,
And
And
Twin Lakes.
Twin
Little
Lakes.
baby.
and
little
Twin
baby
Lakes. I'm sorry, I didn't even see that up there on the backside of
Tippy top.
Constitution.
Those
So-
are amazing, mysterious lakes. I love those lakes.
Ooh, I honestly, I'm getting more excited anyway. Everyone's excited. Chipper, relax. Cascade Bay, that's the cold one.
Yeah, I think that's going to be in the high 40s probably. It's
Burr.
chilly.
Okay, so would you guys just straight out? Let's get some answers here. Would Annie and Brooke? Would you recommend taking extreme measures like putting on arm sleeves, maybe just for the swim, putting on a
No.
separate swim cap just for this swim? Like a
I
bonus
wouldn't.
swim cap?
275 meters.
It's 275 meters. You get to, before you get in the water, you have a mile to run up a hill that's quite steep and then run down. So you've already got like your core temperature going
Beating
from
the
that
tires.
little run. And right after you get out of the swim, you run straight uphill and it is steep. And so it's early enough in the race. I think your thermoregulation is not going to be impaired. I wouldn't stress about it. I would just go into it knowing it's going to feel
suck.
super refreshing and it's going to be over
invigorating.
really soon. It's not going to suck, Chris. It's going to be crystal clear and awesome.
But I will say, like, so this race, we've done this race both of the years that it's been a race. And both years, Annie, we wore arm sleeves the
The
entire
whole
race.
time. Yep. I wouldn't do anything special for that swim, but I would,
But
consider
like
it a chilly
now-
That's
race.
good to know, Brooke.
But now, so this was like before, at least before I got into like cold water swimming. And now that I've had a year of swimming year round, I was thinking, Annie, I was not going to wear arm sleeves.
Okay, let's just be clear.
We haven't
from
started to the arms yet.
Annie and Brooke are doing the short course and Chipper and Chris are doing the long course.
Yes.
That's true.
I think for the short course, Brooke, I'm with you 100%. No matter what the weather is, I'm not wearing arm sleeves, but I
Okay.
would consider it differently for the long course.
Yeah.
I'll take that
Basically,
under
if
advisement.
there's
Yeah.
any, like the main factor for weather that can really throw a monkey wrench in is it's an island. So you have that kind of that maritime, like it gets socked in,
marine layer.
like
Mhm.
it's just damp. And as you get higher into the forest, it's like a legit cloud forest. Like there might not be moisture coming from the sky, but if there's a certain combination of weather conditions, which is a pretty common one out there on that island, there's just water dripping from all the trees. And you're like in a cloud on the upper half of Constitution and Pickett. So you get up into those altitudes at two different points during the race and it's cold.
And it's 71% humidity. So yeah, it's wet.
So I don't know. It's tricky. Like I was certainly glad I had my arm sleeves last time we did it, Brooke.
And I don't remember ever being hot.
I remember the only time I was hot was when I forgot to take my swim cap off going up Mount Constitution. Don't do that.
Some of the photos that I'm looking on Odyssey site, I see arm sleeves and people zipped all the way up.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see many people cabbed down going up a hill.
I
on
would
the video
say
that they
this
have.
is, and I didn't do the long course of Catalina, which I know a lot of people got cold on. But of the swim run races we've done in the US, I would say this is the coldest, wouldn't you, Annie?
Yep.
I mean, makes
And I
sense.
would say your only sort of caveat to that is if it's a bluebird day and it's sun and there's not a cloud in the sky. That would affect it differently. But it's unlikely. But it
That
could
doesn't
still
seem
happen.
like it's going to happen. Man.
Sure. So should we just get into what we're thinking in terms of choices?
Yeah, let's go from the ground up.
Okay.
Is that how we did it last time? For
Yeah.
the,
Yeah.
I think
okay.
so.
Well, Swimrun Labs, why don't you kick it off? These are your trails. What shoes are you wearing?
I am wearing the Arc'teryx Norvan SL, which is a lightweight trail shoe that drains really well. It's really great for swim run. I would say it's honestly, the lugs are kind of minimal for the kind of traction that you might want on a day where the trails on Constitution and these, when the trails are wet, I might not have enough traction, but I'm just feeling a little cavalier about that because I love the shoe so much.
Nice.
And I am not a good shoe person to ask because when I started swim run, I bought the Innovate X Talon 260. And
How
I
many
loved
pairs
it.
did you get?
Well, I loved it so much that I was worried that they would go away. And so then I bought 6 more pairs.
Okay. So we know
I
what
have
you're wearing
been
until
working
like
through my
2032.
Innovate 260s, but I love these shoes. I mean, I think they have bigger lugs than what you're
They have
talking
the
about.
perfect lugs for these
Annie.
trails.
Yeah. I wore them for Orcas and I loved them and They have great grip on slippery roots and rocks, which is plentiful on this race, especially roots.
Mm-hmm.
They drain well. We did a drain test with them a while ago. I forget what the results were, but I remember they drained well. And yeah, and I have a little bit of a wide foot, so they I like the feel of them.
Nice.
And I'm going to wear my Swiftwick Aspire 6 socks.
6.
Shorties. Short, kind of like mid-shin.
Mid-calf.
Oh, mid-calf.
Mid-calf.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm
And
not
then are
even
you
gonna tell you
sticking sea
guys
dangers
what
in
I'm wearing for socks.
You know, drink.
Drink.
Bingo at home.
But this is the perfect. I will say this is the perfect race for them because they keep your feet a little warm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just
Sure.
saying.
How about you guys?
I am going to stick with, well, the reason I tried the Torrent 2s out, I wanted to see if maybe, because there is up and down, and I thought, well, maybe the Torrent 2 would have a little bit extra cushion for the elevation that we're doing, but then using them in the swim run, I wasn't impressed. So I'm going to stick with the Hoka One One Zanal that I have.
Zanals.
The Zanals. They're Zanals when Chipper uses them, and if I ever get a pair, they're going to be the Zanals.
And then get a cease and desist from Hoka.
We are. And then my foot will be accompanied by the Swiftwick 12, is it? The knee highs. Black.
Aspire 12.
Aspire 12s.
Yeah. I am going to stick with what's been working, which is the Solomon S-Lab Amphibs. This is probably the last race in them because they're getting pretty worn. But I do have 2 pair waiting in the wings because I pulled a Brooke and I was worried that actually I knew that they were stopped making them. So once they went on sale, I picked up a couple pair because I think they're great. As far as socks, I'm actually not going to wear Swiftwicks for this race. I'm going to wear CEPs because they offer a little bit more compression. And I think I'm going to like that for running up and down the mountains. I think that's going to be good for me because that's kind of what I've been doing in training anyway when I've been running in the trails out here. So I'm going to do that.
A little more love for the calves. Sorry, what was the brand?
They're compressive as
CEP.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
They're super compressive on me.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe are my calves just more jacked?
Say sea snugs,
I don't
Chris.
know. I mean,
the knee-high sea snugs. Oh, my heavens.
You'd
They're
come
also
back
like
with just nubs on your
flotations.
feet. Nubs on your knees. It'd be all... Anyway.
Okay, so going up from... So that, I think...
What suit are
no
we
real
wearing?
controversy there in terms of shoes.
Nothing controversial there.
So wetsuits, what are people thinking?
Orno X.
Orno X sans sleeves.
Agreed.
Orno
For the
X.
short course. I think I would bring them if I was doing the long course.
Bring them but not wear them.
I don't know. I would bring them to the race and I would make a game time decision looking at the weather forecast and the actual weather on race morning.
And what would be your determining factors?
If it was clear as a bell and bluebird skies on race morning, I would leave them.
And that's the only condition in which you'd leave them.
Yeah.
Would you leave them on long course?
That's what she's saying. If it's clear
If I
as
was
a bell
doing
and
the
blue-
long course.
blue
Oh,
sky, she would do no sleeves.
I'm going to do the Orno X. It sounds like with the sleeves too.
That's what I'm thinking.
It's just when you think about it, it's not that much of a pain to just stick them in the pocket. You know?
They're pretty thin sleeves
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
roll up
Again,
pretty
if you
nicely.
we mentioned this last episode, but you can wrap them up like little crepes.
Mm-hmm.
Stick
Yeah,
them in
yeah.
your back pocket. They fit perfect.
Or like your bandage wrap, how they do the flat fold.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to wear, I don't know if this is obvious, but I'm definitely going to wear the Arc kangaroo top just to store a bunch of stuff. I'm sure you guys will have some sort of Lappa.
Yeah, I'm going to wear my Lappa
situation.
shirt.
Kangaroo top as well for me.
You're gonna wear a shirt, Annie? I was
I'm
thinking
going to wear
bra.
a shirt. You should wear the bra. If you have anything extra, I'll put it in my shirt.
Okay. Well, I don't think we'll have a lot.
Same.
So much teamwork already.
Yeah. It's funny.
What
Annie's
about
talking about like you guys are doing the long course.
I know.
I did notice this. That I'm hearing a
I
lot
know
of,
what she's
Just gonna wear the Lapa shirt in case
in case
force
I
you
need
to do the long
store
course last
a
minute.
bunch of,
Yeah, I'll carry all your
nutrition.
shit on the long course.
Like
I'm like, what
10,000
shit? We're only going to be racing for a couple of hours.
the 10 extra tutti frutti gels because I know you love them so much.
That I'm going to need as I'm cursing your name hiking up Mount Constitution.
Yeah, just just when it's hard to curse when you got all that tutti frutti gel.
That's
Yeah,
true.
just stuff another one in her mouth.
Paddles.
Wait.
oh,
Wait.
Pull
Oops,
buoy.
sorry. Pull buoy.
oh yeah, Keel Plus.
Keel
Our
Plus.
Keel Plus.
New Orza.
Keel, straight up keel.
Straight up.
But I
keel.
will say, this is the race that I realized the side mount sucks. The thigh mount.
Ooh,
Yeah.
yep.
Because there's some really like sharp little turns on like single track turns and switchbacks that I did the side mount the last 2 times I did the course, and it would constantly like nick trees as I was like coming downhill and like throw me off kilter.
Sounds
So,
super annoying.
If you're a side mounter, you might want to consider a back mount if your pull buoy's Mundo.
Yes.
You know?
Head to the Low Tide Boys YouTube channel. There's plenty of mount option videos for you, as well as to-dos and how-tos about the last
practice with
referred
it
to.
before you take my advice,
For sure.
because it is a different setup.
For sure. All right, paddles.
Yep, I'm gonna bring them.
Yep, me too.
Yep. Frank paddle mediums.
I'm going to use my good old favorite Synergy size small.
Me too.
Pink.
Nice.
Me too. Man, those things have lasted so long. Like since what? 2016 is when we started racing.
Yeah. Yep.
And those were oh no, we didn't use paddles initially, so maybe 2017. And they've lasted through all of training and all of racing for 4 years.
I love it.
Wow.
Yeah.
The best 20,
That's a good
The
$12.
$7.99 I've ever spent. Yeah.
Yeah.
How about you guys? Paddles.
Going
I'm always
Frank
curious.
paddles.
Frank
What
paddles.
size?
Mediums.
Okay.
I'm kind of curious about doing the larges, but I haven't trained with them, so it seems like a horrible idea to do that on race day, just because the swimming is so compared to Casco, so much less.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think those are probably wise words, Chris.
It's gonna stick to the plan.
I think stick with the mediums. It also can get not like ocean choppy, but do you remember Annie Mountain Lake? Last year, that was the one I almost like puked on because of like the rolling.
There was like a cross breeze.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
So up at the top, it can get a little windy, and you can get some chop.
Before the show, we were talking about how there's this one swim transition where the short course uses it as an exit and the long course uses it as an entrance. And we were hoping that the Swimrun Labs and the Low Tide Boys would cross paths right at that moment, and we could do high fives with our paddles. And I will tell you, I'm going to be super confident to high five anybody with my Synergy paddle, but I wouldn't want to break anybody's
ring paddle.
Diamonds cut diamonds. That's all I got to say.
We would like go for the high five, and you guys would
like pull away.
A quick one on us, you know, like too slow.
Like too slow.
Yeah.
Okay, up to the goggles. I'm gonna. Although I had some foggy.
Yeah, why don't you report back on the Magic Fives from Casco a bit, and then see how that's informed your decision for this race. I mean, I think I already know what you're going to do, but
so they got pretty foggy on me for a couple legs, but I was also trying to abide by the instructions for maximizing your anti-fog, which is don't touch the inside of the lens. So I didn't apply any aftermarket anti-fog serums or elixirs to the inside of these Magic 5 goggles. But I will be using the same goggles, but it sounds like I think I have one that has like a blue tint, so it's not totally dark. If it's going to be a little bit overcast, I think I like that a little better, but I am going to apply some anti-fog stuff to the insides of these. Because other than the fog situation, they held up and they performed fine.
I like it.
Yeah, the fog situation seems pretty significant, though.
Yeah, it was frustrating at times.
I mean, you're a little bit of a diva about it, but yeah,
Yeah.
if that's your
Let's
issue,
be honest.
it's really annoying, right? If that's your issue and it's and it's happening, it's
yeah,
super
that
annoying.
is the worst.
Is it the biggest issue in the world? Depends, right?
Yeah.
But,
If you can't see where you're going, that's pretty
Yeah.
significant.
for sure. I'm going with the Aquasphere. What I always use, the
Boom.
Cayennes. But I'm gonna use a polarized set
Ooh.
for the low light and stuff.
I'm going to go with the Roca R1s, what I always use.
Those are good.
Mm-hmm.
And
I've-
I go. Oh, yeah.
Sorry, Brooke.
Okay, you can cut me off. What's up?
I was just gonna say, Annie, last time I tried to get the R1s, they've been sold out.
Oh, wow. Really?
I
Yeah.
don't think they're making anything.
Roca's
like that
not a goggle
anymore.
company. They're a sunglass company, I think.
Yeah, or like they're trying to be like a Warby Parker,
Like
or
a
something.
glasses
Okay.
company.
Yeah.
Wow, that's interesting. They're such a good goggle. Although they're such a good
I
goggle
agree.
until the nose bridge breaks, which it has on me every 11 months. Just in time for me to warranty a new pair. I just hope it doesn't break during Orcas. Oh man, I should stop talking about this right now. Brooke, are you
Oh.
going to bring
I
a
have
spare
an
pair?
excess- I do, and I already ordered it, and it already came, and it's in the back pocket.
Awesome. Thanks.
Better hope you don't run into Jonathan's story. He might take those goggles.
You
from
might need them.
He might need them.
The next chain in the goggles chain letter.
Yeah. Brooke.
I'm
What are
wearing
these
my
reserve goggles?
Zogs Predator Flex with polarized. I like
Oh.
Zogs.
Yeah. So, I mean, I would say pretty non-controversial choices kind of all around. But I think this course, since Chippers, you and I, we haven't done it. We've only like fantasized about doing it. Like it's different
Yes,
than
for
Casco
hours.
where we did experience that. So I felt like we could be a little bit riskier or,
Yeah.
try things a little bit different. I think for this one, it's all about just not doing anything really incredibly stupid. And like a Orno X or something that you're going to make sure you're at least going to be warm.
Yeah.
To me, seems like the safest thing that anybody could do for a race like this.
Yeah.
So Chris, let me ask you this: you're not bringing your Vig just in case it's a bluebird sunny day,
Oh, I'm bringing it because it weighs like 10 grams. So
and because
it's
you
coming.
think that there is a slight possibility you might race in it.
I think there's like a 5% possibility I would race in the Vig,
Okay.
but that's it.
I have a very nervous smile on my face right now.
I can feel Annie's tension.
I forgot to say, I think I am going to get the single-use little disposable earplugs for that first one. I think I don't usually. I know we had a whole segment on earplugs earlier in the show, but I never wear them because for me it's like I want to just race with.
Right, and it's just
Yeah.
not an issue.
It's just not an issue for me. I do sometimes get a little dizzy coming out, but I feel like I'm like, okay, if I can train how to function for the little transition for this, should be fine. But the cold water, I guess it's a little inconvenience, like 10 seconds of an earplug for playing it safe, I guess is the best way to put
I think
it.
that's a good call. And then you
Yeah.
can just stuff them in your pocket and never see them again.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, there's a aid station right after there, right? So
I'll just
Except
plop
one
them
of the
in there.
rules of swimrun is you have to finish with everything you start with, equipment-wise.
That's true.
even if it's trash, you can't drop trash at the. Oh, I guess it is equipment.
Yeah.
I think
No,
calling an earplug that you use trash is subjective.
Yeah.
And it's
and
mean
it's
to the
saving you.
earplug.
Yeah, it's saving you from dizziness. Not trash. Just
Yeah.
helping you, Chris.
Yeah,
Okay,
I was just
so
thinking,
3
I'm
pairs
only
of
going to
swim
use them
mirrors?
once. It's like a gel. It's like,
Yeah. Maybe
Oh,
I'll get
that's a good
disposable
point.
ones.
Oh,
then.
tricky. Yep. We'll have to talk to legal
Race,
counsel
race
about that.
director
Yeah,
Brent.
it sounds like I need to get my lawyer involved. Chris, how should I handle this?
Chris, do you have the Surf Ears 3.0?
yes.
Okay.
Oh man, are you shopping right now, Brooke? Oh,
Yeah. Sorry.
Do you have like a referral code to give him, Chris?
I do.
To get
I
$5
should.
off your next pair.
I should, but I don't.
You just sold 3 pairs of surf ears.
Yeah,
Become
Chris,
like
I
a
think you're
distributor.
pretty right on it. It's like
Whoa,
just
they're
don't
60
try
bucks.
anything fancy and consider the fact that it might be kind of chilly and it's hard. You'll probably be all right with your gear setup.
Yeah.
Can I
Yeah.
have a little aside about something I've thought a lot about for this course that does kind of
please.
have to do with gear, which is the cliff jump.
Oh, yes.
Ooh.
Great
So I've
call.
been fortunate enough to go out a couple times to Orcas this sort of summer, the last couple months. And every time I go out, I put my swim run kit on and I do a swim run and I get to the cliff jump and I try to figure out what the optimal sequencing is for your transition off a cliff jump.
You mean so that you're not standing at the edge of the cliff like we
Going,
were for
oh my
5
God,
minutes,
my gear.
giggling
Ah.
and where do you put the pull buoy? Where are you putting
Yeah.
the pull buoy? Are you
If
wearing
you
your
want to
pull
see
buoy?
what Brooke and I did last time, it's actually immortalized in the Ödyssey Orcas hype video from 2019 of us just like getting to the edge of the cliff and me being like, wait, what do I do with my pull buoy? Whoa, hold on. Which is me. Anyway, so I've spent some time in sessioning this cliff jump, and I think I have a pearl of wisdom to share that minimizes the yard sale. But before I go, I'm curious to hear if the low tide boys can just help save me the trouble. What do you
Well,
guys
I mean,
think?
we definitely have a system.
What's
that
your
we've-
system?
Yeah.
Well, when we break the law in San Francisco and jump off the pier, we don't do it every time.
The
Like, if
statute of
it's-
limitations has expired since the last time we've done this.
Yeah, I don't think any of our listeners are going to rat us out either. Yeah, so we think it's either hold on to your goggles on your face,
Yes.
have the pull buoy between your legs,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and jump in with arms out.
Arms out.
Yeah,
And
like
paddles
one arm
on
out
your
and
hands?
one kind of
Out.
like holding your face to make sure your goggles don't fly off.
Yeah. So
Wait,
wait,
so you
you
have one
have
hand
your
holding your goggles like you would scuba diving kind of?
Yeah.
And then your other arm is just out?
I mean, whatever you want to do.
Yeah, you know,
Oh,
just
okay.
like
I
out
thought
to
that
the
was like a
side kind of
specific thing, like
Oh,
with
no,
your
no, no,
paddle,
no.
so you could like break the surface area or something.
Yeah.
No.
So you can dislocate your shoulder.
Yeah.
Do you-
Yeah.
do you have your paddle on and just like smushed up against your goggles in your face?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I did figure that one out. I had this issue where I didn't feel like I could properly jump with my pull buoy between my legs. Do you do a 2-footed takeoff?
It's like a bunny hop.
Yeah.
Or it's like, I mean, when we do it off the bridge, it's kind of like you like push off
You
with
take a
one
big
leg, but
step.
you're kind of like holding
Yeah.
You're
the
squeezing
pull
your
buoy
buoy.
kind of in place.
Like, you know, in basketball where you're doing it in between the legs, bounce pass to yourself? It's
Yeah.
similar to that. Like, you have one hand holding the buoy in, and then you take a step with the other one.
You
Yeah.
hold it in.
Oh.
All right. I got you
So
now.
you're placing the buoy between your legs as you're jumping off?
well, it's kind of
It's
already
kinda like
there,
there.
but you're just
You
making
just
sure it
kinda
doesn't
keep it
fly
there.
out.
Can I just suggest something? It would be super impressive if you ran off the cliff, did a 1-foot jump, and then shoved the buoy between your legs midair.
Don't
Like
sound-
the Harlem Globetrotters when they leap and pass to someone
Yeah, when you
underneath
made
their
your
legs.
Yeah.
when you made your basketball reference, I was like, oh, okay.
Well,
are
I know what I'm
really
going to be
eyeballing.
doing the Saturday before the race. I'm going to be continuing to practice my cliff jump sequence because the thing
You
that would
mean we.
happen.
We are.
Yes, please come. That'd be great. The thing that would happen to me is I would feel like I couldn't jump properly with the thing in between my legs, and I'd hit the water and it would pop up and just like, pew! And then I just kept it around my waist, and then I would hit the water and it would pop up, and it would actually become a hat on my head underwater
Mhm.
that kind of felt like it was trying to keep me underwater. And so the solution that I came up with that I'm super stoked about, but I'm going to have to retest it on Saturday before the race, is sticking my pull buoy in my armpit like a pocketbook and then leaping off. And then I know exactly where it is. It's in my armpit, and I can just quickly swoop it between my legs and start swimming.
You know what? I don't hate that. I like that idea.
Not a bad
Like
idea.
it's
Because it
clutch or
wedges in
something.
there really well.
And
How-
it kind of like buoys you back up. So you don't
Yeah,
do a
without
deep-
giving you a big whack in the crotch.
Yeah. And you don't do
Can't have the
how
leg
big,
mount for
how
that.
big is that cliff jump? Like how many feet?
It's not
25.
huge.
80.
Just 80.
Like 25.
80.
It's like a big
It's like a
no,
bridge.
no, it's not big. It's not. I would say it's probably less than what your guys' pier is.
Maybe
So
10,
like less than 10.
10 or
10 or-
12, maybe.
Okay, yeah. So it's not something where, yeah, if you have it under your armpit, like you have a Keel Plus, which is just so much
Dislocate your
buoyancy.
shoulder.
Yeah, it's
Pretty
not
much.
going
It's not
to
gonna, like-
dislocate your shoulder.
Yeah, cool. No,
Although-
that's-
Although,
evidence.
Annie, have you tested it with a Keel Plus? Because you've been using.
I wouldn't think of it. No.
You've been using the
Keel Plus is not an Annie buoy.
The Orza, right?
Yeah. I think it would be okay with the keel because you can really just like chicken wing it in. Like,
well, guys, why don't we just meet up on Saturday and we'll do a few
practice our
test
cliff
jumps?
jumps.
Well, funny you should say that because this is in the works. So this is whoever's listening to this is getting an exclusive right now.
Oh, we should have an
We're
event.
planning Low Tide Boys / Wild Swim Run / Arc Sports Shakeout mini swim run on Saturday of that race. So like meeting at 10 a.m. and just kind of running the Cascade Lake, doing a little bit of swimming, maybe a cliff jump or two, and run back.
We get a fika after.
Yeah. So it's going to be like a fika shakeout situation, but we're
Sounds
still working
great.
on all the details, but it's looking like that's going to happen. So yeah, that'll be a perfect opportunity for
Sweet.
Let's do it.
get together and do that.
Yay.
Well, we'll see you two on the long course.
Awesome. See you
Over
there.
and out.
I'm gonna stuff Brooke in the pocket of my Lapa shirt. She's
Great.
coming with
I would
me.
love to ride in the pocket of your Lapa shirt. I have no objections to riding in the pocket of your Lapa shirt for a long course. What about swim caps, guys?
Just one. Just the one.
Just the regular.
Yeah, just right.
Probably sounds like you might leave it on a little bit more.
Yep.
Couple of bonus hair ties, wrangle the flow.
So I wore my TYR thermo one
Oh,
2 years ago. Just
You know, I
saying.
might bring it.
that's something that you could stash in the back of the wetsuit.
That's what I did at Casco. I mean, I just carried that thing the whole race.
You look like a genius pulling that out if you're cold and you're like, oh, actually, I got this cap back here. Damn, good call, sir.
But I also maybe I just run a little cold. Yeah. Because I never take my swim cap off.
Yeah, that's not us.
Yeah.
So I
That is
did
not
the
us.
whole race with the thermal and the race cap on, and was just fine.
Wow.
But
Cozy,
to each his own.
toasty and cozy.
Yeah, I like to be cozy on my swim runs.
Yeah, with those socks, we know.
In the pocket of
Yeah.
my shirt.
And my sloshy
Super
socks
cozy.
and my thermal swim cap.
All right, so
We've done it.
Yeah, so to close it out, this is a race where you want to be cozy in your
Yep.
swimmer gear.
Wait. I'm sorry. I have one more thing. Can we talk real quick about nutrition? Like, what are you guys carrying for hydration?
Oh, yeah.
And
Yeah,
It's a good call.
I'm just not going to take anything. Just going to go for it.
not even a collapsible cup?
No, just kidding. No, my plan. My plan is I don't know. I don't know if I should share it, but essentially, I enjoy the precision hydration gels so much that my plan is to bring my normal assortment of gels. If I can't confirm that those gels are going to be out on the course, if they are going to be out on the course, then the first aid station where they have them, I'm going to go shopping and I'm just going to grab like 4 of them and use those for the rest of the race, kind of thing.
Brilliant.
Otherwise, I will, just stick to my usual, try to do isotonic stuff and drink as much precision hydration as I can get down.
Yeah, I had success with the Martins. I had 100 CAF, which is their caffeine one. I think it has 100 milligrams of caffeine.
Oof.
And I popped that one at. I'm a heavy caffeine user, by the way,
On Shabig, right?
on Shabig, and I think that really helped until it ran out at the aid station where we win the mucks. But I'm going to bring 1 or 2 of those, and I've also been enjoying the Spring Energy. They have a couple ones that are 250 calories, some with caffeine, some without, and then a couple 100-calorie ones at Canterbury, which is a nice like strawberry smoothie tasting one, and then they have one called Awesome Sauce, which tastes just like applesauce, cinnamon applesauce.
Ooh. Yummers.
It's
I like
delightful, and 180 calories or something for that one. So I'll
Oh,
bring a
man.
couple of these tasty
Awesome.
treats. But also, like Chris, I love me the precision hydration gels. I'm probably going to snag a couple of those because they were so delightful. And precision hydration on course, of course.
Yep. I'm going to do precision hydration.
What?
Love
What
that
about my
stuff.
Tutti Frutti?
Hold on. I'm going to drink precision hydration.
Oh, okay.
And I'm going to recommend that you do too. And I'm going to bring you 25 Tutti Frutti Science and Sport gels in my Lapa shirt, where you're also going to be sitting.
And you
And
have
I'm
to
gonna
take them all
bring-
because they're going to expire soon. So
I'm going to bring salted strawberry science and sports gels because those have caffeine.
I'm also going to eat precision hydration. Precision hydration gels. Those are the ones, if they are going to be on course, I agree. I could be fine. Just
Do we not
eating
know
those.
what's going to be?
Yeah,
on
could you
course?
find out
I'm
for
pretty
us?
sure. I'm pretty sure it's the
Why don't
same
you
as-
look in your garage right now, Annie?
I know we did just get a lot of boxes on our porch.
See
I'm
what
pretty
is in there.
confident that it is precision hydration drink and gels again in this race, but
Nice.
not 100%.
Love it.
Yeah.
There you have it. No stone unturned.
Oh, and of
Nope.
course PB&Js if they're there. I can't really do anything without one of those.
Oh, I'll have one of those. Maybe we'll meet you guys at an aid station. We'll just
have a little
chat.
PBJ.
Hang out.
Have a little
Yeah,
chat
I mean,
with
yeah.
PB&J.
Chip and I will just be chatting and eating away, and you and Chris will be tugging us
Pulling
to
you.
continue on the course.
Yeah, they'll be our partners will be fashioning nooses. Out of the tethers
No,
while we are
never.
chatting.
We'll like secretly just be untethering ourselves.
Yeah,
from you guys,
and
and
then,
just tethering to each other.
tethering to each other.
Hey,
and
where did
running
Chris and
away.
Annie go? Oh, they already finished
And
the
just
race.
as you're running off, just yell partner swap, and then we'll know. Then we'll know what's up.
Oh,
I
it would
love
be so sweet if we could dovetail down the mountain to the finish. That's a goal. Hashtag goal.
Okay.
You never
Well-
know. But we'll see everybody out there.
So excited. So stoked.
So excited.
LFG.
Yes. Looking forward to it.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Free falls.
Oh my gosh.
Free falls.
Free falling.
Yeah, free falling.
Thank you so much for listening to this episode of Gear Talk with the Swimrun Labs. You can learn more about all things swimrun at swimrunlabs.com.
If you have any questions or requests for us to review on the show, send us an email at lowtideboys@gmail.com.
Make sure you subscribe wherever you're listening to this and your other podcast, and leave a review if you're so inclined.
We'd like to thank Writing Easy Records for our show music, and of course, Annie and Brooke for sharing their wealth of knowledge with us.
We'd like to give a huge shout out to our wives for letting us do this sort of stuff. And until next time, be sure to go out there and go for a swim,
And then a run,
and then another swim.
and then a run,
Might as well throw another swim on there,
and a run.
and then just keep going.
Okay. Don't stop. Won't stop.
Can't stop.